Here with me now, as promised, the filmmaker behind documentary works such as Sicko and Capitalism, a love story now out on DVD, Michael Moore. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, but don't buy it. I don't. I'm tired of this. You know.
Too much merchandising.
Yeah. I don't go on. I refuse to go on these shows anymore. And if they hold up anything, I walk off. So.
All right.
So be careful.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, just after that whole rundown that you just gave.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't we missing our Thursday night comedies on NBC? I mean, isn't that what we?
All right, give them 8 minutes to go look for their Thursday night comedies.
No,
but what happened? Where's the leadership? Where to go buy some leaders somewhere?
Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous. We look ridiculous. Our side looks. It's. You know, I just don't you some nights just want to, like, on a day like this, just sit here. Why don't we just talk sports? Or let's just get. What more can you and I say about the idiots that are the captains of this ship? I mean, seriously. I mean, we are now watching what is going to happen in November happen.
Yeah, it just happened today.
It actually happened today.
This was it.
So I'm very willing to go back to that game where the Detroit Tigers, the pitcher had the perfect game.
Galarraga. Yeah.
Yes, and talk about that. If you'd rather just ignore these people. But to answer your question seriously, you know, there is a progressive caucus in the House. They've got close to 50 members. There's a Congressional Black Caucus. One of its members clearly stated what the tax cut so-called really means.
Right.
And there's nearly 30 members of the Congressional Black Caucus. So you've got a number of people there who are leaders and who do speak out. Why don't they get 1/10 of the attention, say, that the Tea Party or the others receive? Because if you go down there, if you're around them, I mean, they're very eloquent. They say incredible things. They've got it nailed down. You know, one of them, I mean, it just...
They don't have the answer to the question, I know it's rhetorical, the answer to the question is they don't have an agenda of fear and loathing and inspiring hatred among other groups. The Congressional Black Caucus is not out there saying, beware of the Black Panthers or beware of fill in the blank. And your life, you know, this could kill you in your home. We'll tell you what it is after you vote for us.
So this is our only way to win. On our side is that we have to learn to instill this kind of fear in people.
No, but don't you think that something could have been drawn from what the Republicans did in the first decade of the century? The idea that occasionally you have to throw a punch, that you cannot do 4 years of rope-a-dope and get expected to, or even 2 years of rope-a-dope and expect to be reelected. No. You have to stand for something. And as wrong as the Republicans were, they sure stand for some things. No. They stand for the rich against the poor and in favor of wars because you can spend a lot of money during a war.
Right. And there's something that's attractive about that to many Americans, even those who don't.
Because it's simple.
It's simple.
It's simple. I know what you mean. It takes me 8 words. I go back and live my life.
But most Americans don't describe themselves as Democrats or Republicans.
Exactly.
What they do like is someone who has the courage of their convictions, and sometimes they'll even vote for someone who they don't really agree with everything he stands for, just because they want somebody who's going to fight for something, stand up for something, and not do this kind of namby-pamby. This whole thing, I mean, Harry Reid, seriously, I want to go down there tomorrow and tell him to, drop and give me 20 right now. I mean, I'm serious. This guy, absolutely no backbone. You look at him, it's so frustrating. And you know, last time I was on here with you, I offered I'd go down to the White House. I'd sleep in a cot in the basement, $1 a year, all I want. I mean, my escort will want $1 a year.
Yes.
But somebody has got to light a fire under these guys. Somebody has got to. I don't know what part they don't get, and if they're afraid, like your earlier segment, you said that they're afraid of, well, the ads. They're going to do ads against us.
The bully beats you up, not whether you hit him back or not. The bully beats you up because he's a bully. They're going to run those ads whether there's a vote or not.
We all were in grade school, and here's the lesson we learned about the bully. The bully stops beating you up when you stand up to the bully. Why? Because you're then too much work for the bully. Right. The bully'd rather go someplace else where it's easier.
Let me ask you about the small businesses that are not, the small lie. The Speaker's office put out an email on that story today, and it quoted the story that we did here last night, which is nice. But I thought from a political point of view, that's like a gift of 5,000 pounds of raw meat for even a milquetoast Democrat. Where are they on this? Bechtel is a small business?
Right. No, I actually heard there was some kind of, I read on the internet, Nancy Pelosi did sort of an honorable mention to you in a press release or something today, thanking you for that.
Yeah, but don't thank me. Do something.
Right, because you know that was in such an incredible investigative piece, and what you did last night, and it's like the next day. We're back to the same old, and we're standing in a lumberyard with Republicans who are about to nail everyone to the lumber, to the cross, when they take over in November.
And we've even got the Republicans saying they would like to take some, like 7 aspects of the health care reform, which starts today, which could have been this huge national holiday, that we got it started. It's not done, but started. And the Democrats are not campaigning on those 7 points. It's like, well, we like these, so we're going to keep them. The Democrats are not saying, well, you know, we wrote that.
Yeah. The thing is, don't the Democrats understand that, you know, as much as they're accused of being, you know, that they're in with Hollywood, that's actually sometimes a good thing, and they could actually turn to some people in Hollywood who would make ads for them, who would help them form the message. I mean, when you've got Tom Hanks and George Clooney on your side, and if you can't figure out how you can get the message out to the American people, it just
Hanks, Clooney, Michael Moore. No, well, we'll have to stick. We have to stick to radio now.
Yeah, because their ads are going to defeat us, so we better not. You know, well, it's just look. Okay, we've got 6 weeks left. How do we save the Democrats for themselves? Because if the Republicans taking over, the knife goes in even deeper at that point. I know there are people who are saying, well, you know, let the Democrats get their ass beat a little bit here, and that'll make them wake up. I don't know. I don't know what is gonna do it. I think only the people watching this are just gonna have to say, you know what, we're just gonna have to do this. The leaders. I mean, what do you do when the leader doesn't do it? You have to do it. And you know, everybody had one bad teacher in high school, and so if you wanted to do well in that class, you just had to sort of teach yourself.
Exactly.
And, you know, because you wanted to just get through it and go to college. So this is what we've got to do now in these next 6 weeks. But, geez, I feel bad for you. What do you do tomorrow on this show? I mean, how do you keep up with, you know, without... I
may read an entire James Thurber book. It's Friday. We can get away with a lot on Friday.
Hey, but starting at 9:30 tonight over on NBC, we can watch Outsource, a comedy about sending thousands of jobs overseas. I just think that's just a genius idea.
All right, what's in hopes of continuing the show till Friday night? I'm going to pass on this.
I'm not trying to get you kicked off here.
You're going to receive...
You know, there's a rule in broadcasting not to let me on live. Always tape in advance.
You're right. Okay. Like we worry about. They let me on live every night for 7.5 years.
I know. So what could be worse?
They haven't got me yet. You're not going to destroy me. I'm not going to destroy myself for crying out loud. Tell me about the John Steinbeck Award for commitment to democratic values. You're getting this?
Yeah, that's what I was informed of.
I don't mean to be astonished when I say this, but it's congratulations.
Well, no, I was astonished. I was informed of this, and yes. So there you go, John Steinbeck. Nice, great. Thank you for the people at the Steinbeck Center for that, and this wonderful Steinbeck Prize that I'll be receiving.
It's a cup of water, and it's cold, and there's a mice with a man brain attached to it.
Well,
that's a bad pun.
We are living in a modern-day Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah.
And sadly, for so many of the people watching this right now who don't know if they're going to have a job next month, who don't know how they're going to pay the mortgage this week, for the Democrats to not understand who they're supposed to be fighting for.
Even if you lose the fight, the theater might actually get you reelected. And so what if you lose the fight? You fought for what was right, and
that's
they're not
right.
doing it.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's simple.
Harry, Reid, are you listening?
Michael Moore, congratulations again on the John Steinbeck Award, and thanks as always for coming in and not destroying the show.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.